telling the people while you're getting ready that I'm not like the biggest cook ever, but
she's not.
Who be cooking?
Me.
So if I can do it, then
Bella cooks more than she does. The dog.
Bella, you cook more than me. So what's up, y'all? It's your girl Dr. Nina, and today I'm gonna show you all some of the meals I prepared with HelloFresh. And this is exciting because this was specifically their veggie boxes. You all know I've gone to more plant-based meals again, so I'm really excited about that option being available. And I have never ever had the experience with HelloFresh, so I was so excited when they reached out to work with me. It had been something that was on my mind, and many of you all had asked me if I had any subscription boxes, and Justin and I had even said that we wanted to try like a food subscription box. So this gave me the chance to kind of sample that, to really give you all some clear feedback on what I think about the process and also the food within, especially since you have different options now. So here's my honest feedback. I know I'm gonna give you all the rundown on my experience, but let me say quickly, if you're interested, make sure you click the link below in the information section and use code DrNina30 for $30 off your first week of HelloFresh at HelloFresh.com.
Thanks so much for all the love and support over on my new website. If you haven't already, go ahead and check it out and join me for new ways to interact with me, giveaways and prizes, weekly emails, as well as my free 8-day supernatural video course, which is free when you sign up. Make sure you thumbs up this video if you like it, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel and also my vlog channel. Make sure that you come back on all Thursdays and some Sundays for video uploads, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload.
So first, I think it's best to show y'all everything that came in my box.
When you open the box, you immediately see everything is well insulated. I had 3 meals that each fed 4 people, and they sent me all the nutrition facts and the cards and instructions for all of those meals. And the most impressive part is these cards also contain just all the steps that you need and any ingredients you need, which basically the only thing I had to pull out of my cabinet was a little extra seasoning and perhaps some olive oil. That was about it. So I was really impressed with all of the foolproof stuff that they had inside, and also the fact that every meal was only about 30 minutes. So this made me happy when I saw the prep time. And then all of your items are packaged really nicely within bags that are reusable for throwing out the trash. And also I was really interested in the fact that they had these really big ice packs that kept it cool while it was shipping. That's because the ditzy girl in me just wanted to know how they kept it cold while it's shipping.
I think some of the key things that you guys are dying to know, or most of us want to know, is like, how convenient is it really? Like, is this really a great investment for me? If I'm on a busy lifestyle, if I have a family, if I'm a single person, is this gonna be good for me? And I will say that it's very convenient because everything comes to your door. Everything is packaged, it's there, it's fresh. A lot of the stuff that I had is not even this fresh in the grocery store when I go.
For all of my meals, the items were fresh and clearly labeled, easy to identify and easy to use. I also like the fact that they separate the ingredients. For me, I don't eat dairy, so I felt the freedom of being able to take the ingredients and tailor things to how I needed them or wanted them, and prepare part of the portion slightly different based on my needs.
So I was really shocked at the fact that they were able to keep it fresh from there to here. Some kind of magic was worked. I don't know what HelloFresh is out here doing, but they got some good stuff. And I can't tell y'all how simple it was. I didn't have to spend much of my time slaving over the stove, and it felt really good to be able to chop here and bake there and maybe run something over in a skillet, and everything I needed was right there. Like, the only things that you had to provide was like olive oil. I mean, for me, that's really great.
So you know I got to show you a receipt, right? So this was my favorite of the meals, the chickpea powered Mediterranean couscous. Fell in love. While all 3 meals were amazing, I just really love couscous, but I've never cooked it on my own and thought it was super hard. But this proved me wrong. So everything was right there, all the steps, everything I needed, all the items. It even told me when to put items in the oven, or when to put items in the skillet, or when to chop a certain item, which also helped me stay on schedule. This particular recipe called for me to bake down all the vegetables, which I'm familiar with. I bake vegetables down often, but I had never roasted chickpeas before. So 10 minutes into that, you're also roasting chickpeas, which was easy to balance. And they also provided me with all of the seasonings that I needed. I think I used my own salt and pepper. That was about it. But I love that they had their own seasonings, their own garlic and onions, things like that that I needed. And I was able to easily brown the couscous myself and also learn how to add in the vegetable stock to make it tastes good as well and flavor it very well and nicely. So now I know how to do that, and that's what I liked about the flexibility, the simplicity, those specific things, because I'm learning as I'm cooking. I felt really confident in this process, and so those roasted chickpeas came out well. They even told me when to combine the items, so when to add the vegetables to the couscous and how long the couscous needed to cook, and it was right on time. And y'all, they even show you how to plate it, so you knew what your plate was supposed to look like when you were done. And not to toot my own horn, but beep beep, your girl did pretty good. The only thing I did not add was the excess feta.
So 2 things I can say about the convenience, and something that really works for me and even people that I've spoken to, is the fact that you can determine when it comes to you. Like, I was able to talk to them and talk about when it was coming. The cool thing is that if you ever want to pause your box for a while, you have that opportunity. And you don't have to think twice about, oh, something's coming and I need to prepare for something else, or I'm cooking for something else, or it's a holiday. You can pause the box as you need. So how is it benefiting you? Whenever we spend our coins, we need to know exactly where they're going. The way that HelloFresh breaks down is that it's basically $10 a meal for a healthy, balanced meal. And you can't beat that, because if you're going out to eat every day, you're not getting a healthy, balanced meal most times, and definitely not for $10.
Besides the couscous, I also made the mighty meatless bolognese and also some great smoky stuffed mushrooms. So along with the taste, you're also getting the value of all of these convenient ingredients. So even with these 2 meals, I didn't think they would be so quick to make. It was so simple. I prepared everything. I felt in control. Everything paired really nicely. It smelled amazing, let me say that. And they plated just as well as the couscous. So I was really shocked at all of the convenience over those past few days in preparing these meals. Just looking at them, they increased my confidence in coming up with more meal ideas, and also with investing in my very own HelloFresh subscription. So I'm pretty impressed with the items and all the way down to the cleanup.
And believe it or not, I like the ease of use and not having to plan things. Once you open the box, you know what you have, you know what's available, you know the options that you have, and everything is right there. It makes it so convenient. You don't have to be all up in arms about what you're gonna cook and how long it's gonna take. Every meal just about took like 30 minutes. Now, I have on this apron for a reason. I love cooking, but I'm not like the chef queen. I love when Justin cooks for me because he's really good at it. With HelloFresh, I feel so confident in what I was doing because they make it so easy. It's foolproof. You don't have like 10 things in the oven at one time. It makes you feel confident when you're cooking, which makes you feel good about what you're preparing and for whoever you're preparing it for. I also like the fact that if you go on the website, you can see that they have different meal plans. I chose veggie, but there's also the classic and there's the family. So there's a lot out there for you to choose from. I also like the flexibility of the fact that most everybody is gonna like what you cook. It's not like stuff that most people would turn their noses up at. I had one of my fellow professors tell me that her husband is very picky and they get the HelloFresh boxes and he's never upset about them. He loves them. So even from the point of view of people that I know have used them for a while, I see that the flexibility is really there. So I hope y'all enjoyed this experience as much as I have. I'm not like the biggest cooking girl out here. I can pull a few stunts and do a few things that taste pretty good. I definitely feel that it is worth the investment. It's also something I like because you can stop it when you want to and also put it on pause if you need to. I always like subscriptions like that because I feel that's the most honest. Like, that's a company that really cares about their customers and wants them to have the most tailored and best experience. If you try it out, make sure you use my code down below and check that link down below, and I'm sure you guys will be just as pleased. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Beautiful Brown Baby Doll. Peace.